my music taste is always fixed in the music that I really loved when I was in high school, when I was in Japan, listening to the American pop music. And at that time, I completely, I think, kind of finished of the Beatles or rock and roll music at that time, and I kind of moved to the probably more jazz vocal. And so around that time, I think pop music was also changing a little bit, and because of the 1960s, all this bubblegum pop music replaced with British invasion, and then become hard rock after that, and the classical rock period. But I wasn't that much interested in those, and I was listening to the probably at the time, once in a while I can see the the vocalist from US, like a Steve Lawrence. And Jack Jones. Nancy Wilson. Victor Moore. Tonny Bennett. Those people, fixed in my Nat King Cole, fixed in my love of American pop music. I think the way they sing that kind of American popular music of old, like a 40s or 50s, 60s, old music, is something that I really fell in love. And so yeah, the Japanese music, I don't know, I really felt like this lady, Misora Hibari Misora, was the biggest thing when I was growing up, like when I was a child, 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old. I was listening because before my exposure to the English American song, and so I listened to them. I loved it, but I think that's the last time I kind of steeped into the Japanese music. After that, no. Oh, that's not true. I think since I came here about 1985, somewhere around that time, I met this Taiwanese student, colleague of mine, and I learned for the first time there's the singer called Shinji Tanimura. And then, oh, who is that? And I have no idea who that is. But it turns out to be Shinji Tanimura is also born 1948, and he has a great voice, a very classically trained voice type of thing, and Subaru, and Ihi Tabidachi, which is about traveling the countryside or something like that, songs like that. It's beautiful song, and that I liked because I didn't know him. I got to know him since I came to this country. And also the other singer, is, I think I was aware when I was in Japan. His name was Ogura Kei Ogura. And I knew that he existed when I was like about 20 some years old, I think. He was a folk music type of thing, but I didn't pay attention that much. But 1986, 87, 88, somewhere around the time I went back to Japan, and an old friend of mine gave me this cassette tape of Kei, and I was hooked to his song. His song is like he composed himself, and also he make lyrics as well. So his lyrics content is very poignant, very heartfelt for the Japanese youth who grew up in Japan, but he is somehow disappointed. The time passed very quickly, and he wanted to do something more, but he didn't, he couldn't. And but he talked about all these things, and so that's Ogura Kei. So Ogura Kei, Shinji Tanimura, I got to know after I came to the US, which is very, very nice singers, singer-songwriters. And so that's a kind of exception, but other than that, you know, I didn't pay much attention to the Japanese music. So yeah, so even now, I think if I want to listen, and if I'm tired very much about the you know, life or something, then I would go to not much Japanese music, but those music that I listen to, American popular music, like Tonny Bennett, Jack Jones, Victor Moore, and Eddie Fisher, you know, something that nature. I think Steve Lawrence, yeah, I really like their voices and their songs. Yeah, it is interesting that those culture that you got familiar with a long time ago stick around, and very, very strong. That particular influences remains for a long, long time, and very strong. Talking about Steve Lawrence, I think when I was probably 14 years old, 15 years old, I got to know him because American Top 40 has this adult singer who was singing, "Yet I know, no one else for me. Yeah, I know, no one else for me. Yes, I know." This is "Yet I Know" by Steve Lawrence, and original song is "Epoch Time" by Charles Aznavour. Epoch time, je n'aime que toi, epoch time, je n'aime que toi, epoch time. And this is a very, very different way of English, American English way of singing a French song. But I really liked. I like the French versions of Charles Aznavour and Steve Lawrence versions of American one. But he has, at that time, he was once in a while he was making a hit of top 40 hits. The other one is called I'm Walking Proud. You know this I'm Walking Proud? And do you wanna stay? Do you wanna stay here with me? Or, no, this is like a duet with Irigo May. And all these things that he was getting a lots of hit song there. So that's why I got to know him very well. And later, I much later, I think, went to the Frank Sinatra concert. I think that his, probably last concert tour when he was 19, or he was probably 65-ish, I think. He did a concert, and I saw him in Detroit, and big arena. But Steve and Edie got this, beginning half of the stage. They came and they sang. So I think I saw them live, But anyway, yeah, I think Edie passed away. But Steve, I think, is still alive, I think, and I hope he is doing well. So, yeah, and Jack Jones, for example, he's about 1965 again. He had lots of hit songs like when we played our charade, we were like children posing, playing at games, acting our names, guessing the parts we played. Oh, what a hit we played. So this is like a Henry Mancini's song, Charade. But he had a lot of like a jazzy song. He made a hit. So Nancy Wilson, Jack Jones, Steve Lawrence, I really loved their songs. So that particular group of people remains very strong, and I really love their original albums. That if somebody come up with this original album concept of a 10 CD or 10 LP set together, or 20 LP set together, I will buy them. So yeah,